All right. Welcome to Collective Enlightenment. It is Friday night, and we are the Collective. My name is Ruby T. I happen to be one of your amazing hosts here, who is more than happy to present these awesome folks I work with here at Collective Enlightenment Friday night on P2B Network TV. One of us is going to have to be. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so straight up, we got a heck of a show tonight. So I'm letting you know, be ready, get your pen and your paper out. These are the facts of crypto, but also of what's happening in the world around us. So I introduce my co-host. We got Hutch D in the house. HD, bringing everything
What's
into
going on, world?
perspective.
It's your main man Hutchin D, aka HD, coming to you live from Dayton, Ohio.
Right, we got the gold maker in the house. Come on now.
Yes, this is Gold Banker coming to you live 1 gram at a time. Great to be on the show.
Yes. And we have a co-host tonight. Chocolate Gold Bay is up in the house. How you doing, sister girl?
Oh, I am gold. Again, it's Chocolate Gold Bay here live in Hendersonville, Tennessee. How's everybody doing?
Down well. Fitting to have a good show. Just fitting.
Playing.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. All right. We're not so I see we have some folks trying to get in from the studio. I just want everybody know you gotta be fully on camera when you're ready because now we got one more to add to the gold pot. We got Master Manifestation. JoJo up in the house. Hey, sis, how you doing?
Peace and love, you guys. Peace and love.
Yes.
Let me get on one cord. Hold on.
All right. All right.
Greetings, sisters. Greetings.
Greetings. Yes. Love it. So tonight we're gonna have a bit of a conversation. We're gonna make sure everybody has access to the info. We have some things to talk about that have to do with what we're seeing in the world. I know a lot of people there's a lot of news going on right now. A lot of news. Things are changing around around our financial settings in all countries. A lot of us focus on America, and I want y'all to get that we're bigger than that. That this is I hate to say it, our predicament in the world is bigger than that. And so we have to make sure we give voice to all that we see that's going on around us as a whole, as a whole place. Forgive me, y'all. I am looking away and I just realized why. So here I am. I'm now officially back in your face. I'm going to make sure I let y'all know I can see you. I see y'all right there. So want to welcome everybody to the space. If you're new to the show, Collective Enlightenment is a space where we bring the conversation to the masses about finances, about movement, about what they're seeing in the world. But we all don't bring it to you, we bring it through you. So therefore, this is an interactive show. We ask that you please drop your comments. We will put them up, and we'll even give you voice to be heard if you'd like to be on the stream. This is 1 hour of coming together as a true family of the world. Doesn't matter where you are on the planet, your voice is important as well. So let's get started. Today we're going to talk about, we brought to the platform the employment. There's a bit, can anybody say that there's an employment issue? If anybody noticed, there's a whole lot of jobs.
There's a whole lot of jobs that no one wants to do.
Well, and then you got AI taking over too. Like when I went to go pick up my food the other day from it's like a place called Lee's Chicken. I went through the drive-through and you had AI technology, AI teller taking my order, and then you had a human passing out the meal. And I was like, "Who did took my order?" She was like, "Oh, that's the new technology we have in because we short staffed."
Wow.
I think people need to start finding themselves back at work. They need to get some work. They need to get back to work. Because they won't need any jobs in this time.
And create work with each other. That's how I feel. Like if they telling me and other people around me that we can't work or we can't do this, I just here create my own. The stagnation of worrying about what other people got to do for me is no longer in my mind. It's just, what do I do next? Since I can't do it there, do you want to do it? And joining together and working through it together is the only way to get through this. I saw a video. I was watching The Simpsons the other day, and you know how The Simpsons always quote unquote tell the future. Homer Simpson, he was driving, and in the mirror, all it said Blockbuster is back, and then it was like Best Buy is well AI, and then it was like Whole Foods and AI, and it was just telling all the stories in AI, and I was like, man, when they come back talking about how Simpsons did the future, is they gonna be talking about how the Simpsons told us about the AI, but I mean, it's just coming.
It is really funny to see how, that's actually a good point because you notice when people who are comedians want to tell the truth, they try to pass it off as a joke, but it's actually closer to what reality is. And sometimes if you're paying attention, you'll actually catch it. Just like we were talking about unemployment, they've been saying for years that they want to replace the average um, non-skilled worker with machines. When they took you out and put you into this space of you can't come out, guess what? The door was open for them to take that road to AI. And it's going to be at a time. There's going to be a decision made. Do we need a person to flip a burger, or can we get a robot to flip a burger? And just like Brother Hutch said, a computer took his order verbally, and only one person was back there handing out the food. So how close is that?
Yes, it's even closer than that because this is something that I actually been looking at and I've been warning people. Let's not forget about Flippy. Flippy can do the burgers and the fries.
Yeah.
And soon, and you don't see them in these fast food restaurants now, but you will. You will soon. And so this is something I've been telling people, warning them that it's going to come a time when the robots are going to do the things that we used to do. And so we have to prepare. We have to start thinking about what we're going to do in the case we can't have a job.
They already predicted by the year 2030 that 30% of the worker force in America will have to have a 1099 to survive.
Wow, that's something else. But then that stands to reason with what we were talking about just prior to coming onto the show. There's CNBC has a news blog called Make It, and they put together a research blog for the month of March, from May to March of 3,800 people, and they said of that, the people who are 45 years and older are going to make up the highest percentage of the unemployable because they're not willing to take on the new technologies such as blockchain and cryptocurrency. They're stuck in what they say. They're stuck in what they know.
Because people will not be eligible to really technology and tech field. See, Al, I think we're bumping mics, so I'm gonna have to ask you a few
By all means.
Okay, so I just want to make sure we understand that what they're really saying, what that actually means. It means that the jobs that are under, there's not that there's a lack of jobs. There's a lack of qualified people or qualifications to adding people to those jobs. So while you may not want to go to work at, say, McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King, they're going to replace those positions where you will not have an option, where it may become a necessity. And the buck with the buck stops coming, especially without requirements, very shortly. The rules around the pandemic are changing. I don't know if everybody noticed that. They're having it so that you can't have a job unless you have a vaccination. We've got that going on, rolling out very fast in New York. And New York, of course, New York leads the pack to see how that works. And then outside of having that vaccination, you also will have to have certain qualifications. Some new jobs have new educational qualifications. Most people don't fit. Oh, yeah. If you spend your pandemic watching television and the newest movies, hanging out with your friends on these technological things here, just socializing and not learning something new, well, certification might have been how you wanted to spend that time. Because without new skills, There's no new prospect for you. And there's too many people with these new skill sets that are pushing into the few jobs. There's not a lot of jobs. There are few jobs because they're looking for Flippy to replace you.
Right. Because even the high schools in Georgia, they're teaching their kids cryptocurrency as a new way, new skill set. So a lot of people thinking that crypto is going to come and go. It's here to stay.
Welcome to the new affirmative
Started,
action.
it started
Flippy
over
is
a
going to
year ago.
replace the people.
Sweetie, they
Welcome.
started teaching in France, cryptocurrency in classes in France about over a year ago. I think we covered that story in Collective Enlightenment in late 2019. And just letting folks know, yeah, we've been around a while. Check out our streams. There's a lot of news that we were telling y'all about a year ago that you're seeing show up right now. And this is not new information. See, there's nothing new under the sun, and they're not putting out new info. They're just telling you we're done. We finished. We were required to tell you it was coming. If you saw it or not, ta-da, we told you. And now it's here. I can tell you there's a program called CES. It's a tech special that goes on every year in Las Vegas. The last one, unfortunately, because of Corona, happened to be in 2019. Just before it, we watched Elon Musk's newest vehicle, okay, be put out there. Blockchain vehicles already that they're on the roads now were already being worked out then at CES test drive. If you were at that very special event, and you know you can see these things if you go on this thing called YouTube. Oh yeah. That's why I tell you, ain't none of this been held behind us. But how many of y'all been tracking? See, that's what I'm trying to say. We don't track y'all in our communities. We don't track the news or information sources. We just see what's in front of us because that's what we're given. We're given this. It's time to take these blinders off the sides and realize that there's a lot more going on. Because if you are not looking for work and you're not self-employed and you sitting back on a stimmy, waiting for the next one, the buck stops very soon. And I don't know what the world looks like for you. But these new skills we've been putting out are now benefiting the people who've been studying them. Anybody here has literally benefited some new knowledge in crypto or the blockchain?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
And you're
Every
right, it ain't nothing new because the monetary policies have been changing since the beginning. There's always been a different currency or something that they use to barter with. And they've had their rise, they've had their time, and they died out. And so people who believe that the dollar is not going to crash or not be around anymore, they have to understand that it will change.
It has to. It has to evolve. We have overwhelmed this planet.
we
We
have
have.
to.
So we have to create something new that can actually be for more of us to
For
be
those
here.
of
I
you
remember
who,
like 3 years ago, maybe 3 years, but maybe 4, but I will say 3. I remember I had a dream, and then the dream had told me um, Elon Musk is gonna change some stuff. And I woke up and I had opened up my stocks, and it was like I felt this calling to put some stock in Elon Musk in Tesla. And so I went about my days, and like a week later passed by, I had another dream, and it was like, listen, this is the peak of everything Tesla related. Anything Tesla known. You might want to get
Mhm.
as much as you can. And I remember doing a Facebook Live about it. It was like when nobody was really cryptocurrency is booming. It was right before Bitcoin took that
Right,
giant stock up. Right before it was
right.
like 35,000. I felt the spirit to tell everybody, get you he about to peak for some reason. I don't know why. And then all of a sudden, when 2020 hit, all his shares, all his stuff went sky high rocking. And then all of a sudden, he started doing these small ripple effects and other things. I've been paying attention to this man in spirit, not in just the physical realm, but I pay attention to the spirit of the energy of the flow of money, and I'm listening. And it's put me in this position to go through the actual metals of investing in those. to investing in cryptocurrency and learning that more. And it's put me into the space of trading trees and actual natural resources, which I was researching a second ago, and it was like oxygen and robots do not mix. If you're trying to fight the environment of AI and technology, if it comes to the fact that you want to fight them head on, oxygen and robots don't mix. So my mom was triggered, and it was like, if you had enough trees that produce oxygen, the robots wouldn't be able to last very long in that oxygen filled environment. So it's making my mind move a little bit, these conversations that we're having right now, when it comes to, can we be fully technology rid if we had a balance with nature itself?
See, that's the thing. When you say there, we don't seem to get that one thing cannot overrule the other. We can't have one or the other. The whole purpose of, you can't have your crypto and your economy moving forward without it, because part of what's being created it's a result of it. So in actuality, we have to find the balance that creates all of it. Because to tell the truth, I think personally AI would help us to alleviate some of the manual stuff that, or I should say, the stuff that increases our carbon footprint. AI is actually what does reduce it. It reduces people from driving to work. It reduces people from, excuse me, sorry, y'all. What we need to do is evolve human beings. We have to evolve the usefulness of human beings and creativity. A lot of people think that I'm a little bit like a flower child. I've always been kind of a child Pollyanna. See the bright side of everything. Because there is a bright side. The problem is we always seek out the war between, when we got to find out how to use both to enhance the whole life. The human being is always trying to use technology to take a load off. We got to stop doing it. We always trying to find some way. Sorry, y'all, I'm sitting here drinking my juice. But the fact is, we got to stop thinking that, we hate to say it, but we got to stop as human beings making innovations turn bad, do bad things. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sad part, because people don't realize things like these amazing discoveries. We have Albert Einstein, Benjamin Franklin, all of these amazing creators. They're just coming out of the woodwork with science and all of this great stuff. And then the next thing you know, some wonderful thing that could have created unlimited energy for everybody is now killing people by the millions, used to take folks out. And it could have been used to enhance the lifestyle, enhance the life of the whole planet, improve the food production. We don't seem to realize these guys who do this study don't go, how am I going to kill more people?
Look, I gotta, Rue, I gotta help you understand. There's always going to be a pro and a con to any invention that's created when it comes to technology advancement. When they created the hydrogen, when they split the hydrogen atom, it was designed to create more oxygen in rainforests and help the farmers out. It became a weaponized act. Trust me, but you have to understand there's always going to be a pros and cons. You just have to be able to rise above, I hate to say, the theory of war creates a profit. Everything is done in that manner. You got to be able to rise above the idea that war is going to create profit. And once you put that away.
So would it be safe to say that what they want is people that can understand how to continue to grow in knowledge? Would that be this world's smart people right now? Not that you have knowledge, you become smart, but because you have the knowledge that you got to continuously add knowledge, which is now creating the new generation of smart.
I don't really think it's knowledge, though. You get what I'm coming from? It's not knowledge. We are probably the smartest generation in such creation. We have some of the most brilliant minds that have been built off of the foundation of our past. A lot of everything that people, like we said, ain't nothing new really. All of this blockchain and everything, This ain't new. This came from all of our brilliant minds that we used to call for computers created. These came from the mind of man. Then we came into the digital age and figured out how to put ones and zeros on paper to make what man created and was able to do off the top of their head at one time and put that into a digital facet. Then we started figuring out how to make that digital facet a little more able to do it on its own. You see, these are baby steps, and when we understand our history, we can see which way we're going. But most people don't care. They just use history, use what you see right now to take it where you think you want it to go, but never understanding a foundation of something. We don't understand the foundation of our own money. How hard is it for someone to get that cryptocurrency can turn your dollar into 100 in a matter of minutes?
That sounds like trading right there, because that's what most of the candlesticks is history. If you take back a note and look at the candlesticks will just basically show you how strong the dollar is from 10 years ago to right now. And basically you can mark it from that standpoint. Shouts out to Jonathan Lewis, the currency matrix, for teaching
that. Yes.
Awesome.
No, I'm serious. So, okay, Karen, I think that's you, baby. I try to work with your, let her know, anybody who's listening. We thank you so much, everyone who's listening at home. Please share this stream with others, and don't forget to like and follow this particular stream on wherever you're on, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. And I just want you guys to know, when you put this information out, you are then building your community. We are here to build the community of the world. And that doesn't mean we are not limited to any one country. This is valid. You know, it's so funny because my friends in India now kind of swallowing they swallowing their tongue in their words right now, because about a year ago they were like, oh no, I can't learn cryptocurrency. Now their country is now in the game. Yeah, you couldn't even learn. That's not true. And then here's the Indian government placing out a notification that they never said that. What they did was that mandate had been passed on by banks. The mandate was continued by the banks without government permission. So you get who is on your side and who is not. We've got to be hyper aware of our true situation, not just he say, she say, word of mouth. When the people who control your money tell you what you cannot do because of the government, you better go question that. Check with the government to see. Don't just trust your financial institutions that depend on you to live to tell you can't get into financial world advancement because they're not ready. Child, we don't went all off into the hemisphere. We actually have some more stuff we need to cover tonight. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. It's Friday night, and it's time to bring it up. Yes. Okay, so coming around to the fact that, look, it says text with the baby boomers. We've got something we're gonna be talking about definitely. Our baby boomers. These are the people who are at the end of the line where they should be in the golden years, relaxing on the hard work, because they put in hard work. They have head work to do. Most of them work them hard jobs, y'all. Years of saving. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? Mom, pop, mom. And now they have to question their existence. They have to question their existence because all their stuff is in where all their stuff at? Where their money go?
In the banks.
The banks, 401ks, IRAs.
So it is imperative that our boomers, our baby boomers, learn this crypto now. Learn about the blockchain. You are never too old. And that's why my girl ain't on here. I'm a little upset. Miss Kai, if you're listening, we wanted you in the house, my dear. Because that's a woman who speaks for boomers. She tells you straight up, she says, it ain't never too late for me to learn something. I learn something all the time. I make my business to learn. She said, I will never learn it. And when she said this, she's not joking, because when I have discussions with that woman, she's picking the brain to find out, and then she running in the world to get her own information. And we come back and forth, and she's in the space, y'all. We're not selling a ticket, boo. We trying to tell you the world is your oyster when you know how to move it. It changes. The game changes. Anybody sleep? I'm a guy. I can only speak for myself. The game changed for me a couple years back when I realized that money was moving in the bank, and that Bitcoin did something that I was in control of. Crazy enough, I took my money out the bank and said, I'd rather, I'll be honest, I would rather, after seeing how my money did not grow over that time, I actually said I would have been better off at playing the slots. Though I didn't do it, y'all.
I will tell you.
Man, I was mad.
Let me tell you, you have a better chance playing the slot machine in any casino over the 401k. Because if you really think about it, 94% of the traders that trade on the centralized exchange aren't really successful.
And they know it going in.
And they know it. But they have the ability to convince you to trust them with their money because they have a large institution backing them. And the institution is backing their word.
I need you to get this. Can I share with some people a little something? Who has Copy Pro Traders? She's here, yay! Suki, she done heard us. She heard us.
When you get done, Ms. Rue, I'll share my story.
Wait. I'm gonna be real quick. Anybody heard of Copy Pro Traders? These are people who trade for you. They take your crypto and they trade for you. And I love it. Because I'm not a trader and I know it. But I want my money to make some money, right? And I know these guys have the heart for this. Miss Kai. Look at you. You got to turn your speaker down, baby. Turn off your speaker.
Greetings.
Greetings, sister. Yeah, you doubling. See you in the house, y'all. If you have us on YouTube, you're gonna have to mute that. All right. Okay. So it's like being on the radio. You got to mute your radio so you can be heard. How you doing? What you want to let them know? You got to unmute your mic, baby girl. I have no power. This is Miss Kai, y'all. Go ahead and unmute. We got you.
Greetings, everyone.
Greetings.
Good evening.
Hey, good evening.
All right. It's about to be on up in here, y'all. Y'all know we already got the energy going this month. But I wanted to share something. I was telling them about Copy Pro Traders. How Copy Pro Traders go is that when the more they trade, is the better the outcome. They need to pool fundings so that they can manage more of those orders. When they're managing yours and theirs together, that's more of you all moving at the same time. So to cover in the stock market, to cover larger accounts, you need a fuller amount of smaller ones. And just to let y'all know, larger accounts don't really take the hits. Guess who takes most of the hits? And it's always made sure, because the percentage that they get off y'all little accounts, they all got paid, but they're gonna make sure that big fish eat first. I'm so sorry, y'all, but that's a business strategy right there, straight up. If I had to eat like that, I'm very sorry. I would be eating that way too. If that was my job description, it's my job description. But if you don't know how you do, who's doing business and how they do business before you sign on the dotted line, your money away, and then you go put your money in there every month wondering, why does he keep paying you and I'm losing money? And you don't ask no questions until 4 or 5 years later when you need to make a loan on your own funds. Well, hey, honey, I hate to tell you this, but that's basically the fruit of that tree. That's how that grows. And it will keep growing until you decide to stop doing it and find yourself an alternative, which is what I did. And crypto blew me away. I watched Bitcoin go up and go down. And it went down with my money in it. Scared the heck out of me. I didn't know what was happening. But you know what? I was willing to play again. Because I watched if everybody else can get it going up, so can I. I'll figure this out, right? And you will too. That's why we came together. That's why we do what we do. We don't sell you a ticket, but we offer you a seat at the table. You just have to take your seat. Most people don't take their seat. They're like, I'm good. Nah. You can't do that no more. You got Instagram, McDonald's taking it. Everybody, their mama taking crypto, and you ain't got none. Look at that.
I tell you, they better get on the train, or else they're gonna be left on the track.
That's right. And that's a
Yes, indeed. I actually was talking about this on Fundraising Freedom Friday about the value. There's really, the dollar has really no value, and the only thing you can do with it is buy stuff. It's not going to increase. It's just going to continue to decline. Why would you want to have your money in something that is continuously declining and you cannot do anything really with it? Not even hold it, because if you hold it, it's losing value as you're holding it.
Thank you.
I'd rather have a crypto.
So can you clarify, because I like when we share with people the declining value, I need everybody to really get a visual of that. Can you share with it what you mean by the value of the dollars going down? What that would look like kind of on the court with people, how they would recognize it?
Well, you recognize it in hyperinflation, but understanding that the value is going down is understanding that the face value is not what you actually get out of it. So even though it says $100, when you go to the store, you don't get $100 worth of product.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Because it takes more dollars to get the same stuff it did last month.
Exactly.
You go shopping on the same last month budget list, and you will have to pay more this month than you pay for every single item, no more, no less, last month. And that is how it looks visually.
If you really just look at it, you go shopping in the supermarket. A half a gallon is now 59 ounces. Look at any juice you get. A half a gallon is now 59 ounces. Same exact size container, different volume inside. 16-ounce containers of juices are now 15 ounces.
Yeah, you definitely paying more for less.
Yep.
Absolutely. And what you used to call a pound of bacon is now 12 ounces of bacon.
True. Just talking to
They don't do pounds, they do 12 ounces.
They do 12 ounces.
3 simple things. Just take a look when you go shopping.
I'm sorry, soon they're going to start changing the metric system. Y'all better be careful.
And
you know they will.
But metrics is the actual measurement system that everyone else is using. We're the only one that wants to go
to using the metric system. I get you.
And then for the people, okay, I just got something to say. For the people who say that basically that I don't have money to get in, I'm gonna tell you my little story. It was a joke for me last year. So I took a free $5 stock from Robinhood because I don't like using Robinhood platform at all. So I took $5 from them, took the free $5 stock, took the stock, traded the stock back in, got into the Bitcoin stock, watched the Bitcoin grow because I already knew the halving was coming. Watched the Bitcoin grew all the way to $30. And then once it reached $30, I went and hopped into Dogecoin at 5 cents. 5 cent rolled to 5 cent all the way up to 72 cents, the all-time high. So it brought my count up all the way to 150 off free $5 stock. And then this past week I hit my all-time goal of $300 in my Robinhood account, which is $3,600 in a Robinhood account, 3,600% off a free $5. Took the 150, took profit and put into my trading account now. So I'm about to trade on pocket options off $150. So don't say you don't have money to invest when they give you a free $5 to invest. You just gotta learn how to invest that money.
True statement. Ain't nothing. A little education goes a long way.
So just so y'all know, that brother right there is one half of the Bankers Club who teaches you how to be your own bank. So those moves he just pulled with $5 will be available in his advanced class shortly. We'll be posting it. Thank you. I'm like that. Y'all don't have free. Y'all don't ate free at the table long enough. We've been talking for almost 2 years. And guess what? One thing we will always do, free introduction. But if you want to make money, you want to make moves, you have to learn to invest in yourself. If you can't invest time, there's no way we're giving away ours. There is no way. See, we teach people how to show value. And that's something Miss Chocolate said. She says they teach you the value. When you have no value in the finances that you currently have, don't worry, I get it. I'm chasing nobody down for cryptocurrency no more. I've already said, done deal. I will let you watch the news and I'll let you watch my reruns. And when you're ready, you sign up for the paid class. Because the free classes are only for people who can dedicate their time and commit themselves. I ain't playing. P2G is a platform that opens doors and people actually have results right from the free course. You're not getting that anywhere. I already got a brother trying to get us signed up $20 just to come in the door and join the platform. And I'm not mad at it. Because nowadays, people are charging you way more than 20. Hey, you want to join the platform for 20? Go for it. Our free classes get you to understand one thing first. What the heck is it? Before you jump into some offer, what is cryptocurrency? How do you manage it? What does it mean to you? Oh, can you get in trouble? Yeah. See, because we're not financial advisors, let's make that very clear. But we are people who participate in the financial probabilities of everything. We do trading. We do staking. We do acquirement, sharing, smart contracts. These are all knowledge platforms that people are giving away while you sitting home complaining when your next stimmy comes. I don't care. I can't wait till the next stimmy comes up and turn it into a whole 3-4 years income. That's what I wait for. They better not send me a stimmy because I know what to do with it. I knew it. You ever felt like that when as soon as you knew what to do with money, it would disappear. It wouldn't come at you. I used to feel like that. It's different now. It's different. Go ahead, baby.
I was going to say that, people would rather sit home and watch the television and believe everything that they hear and see on that instead of coming to get the knowledge that would open up their mindset and expand their mindset. That's really, it's really sad. Now, the thing of it is, they have to learn that they have to take responsibility for their own lives because no one's going to save them. Nobody, waiting for a hand out when they can be getting a hand up. And that's what the platform does. And I'm really happy and grateful that I found it.
And we found you.
Yes, and that's a fact. I see people who watch reality TV or watch different shows week after week after week. And it's like they're fantasizing of being this rich person who can afford all these things. And it's like, you ain't gonna never be able to do that watching them. You got to get out here and figure it out for yourself.
I personally think they need to use the example. Those folks are showing them how they're doing it. See, I like this. I don't do too much program television. I program my own shows. I like certain types of folks, movies and stuff because I like motivation. It's like, certain movies I'm into. Since I was a kid, I was brought up in the 80s. So when you're an 80s kid, we are MTV, the early BET, Black Street, what do they call it? It's the, what was it, all the black shows, like, back in the day with the Bill Cosby shows and movies and Sydney 48. Those are the most shows I was brought up on. But those are specific to story and a purpose. They show people coming up. They show people making actions. I watch people leave the house, go to work, and do things people told them they couldn't do on shows. And that motivated me to want something different than what I saw outside of my projects. Because I watch some people go to work, but then I watch the same people that was in front of my building when I went to school, still there sitting now. I was like, we respect when we say, how you doing? Hello. But even some of those people that were hanging out, they had a hustle. Shout out for anybody who's in up in Harlem, anybody in Taft, know Miss Love. Y'all know Miss Love. This is the woman used to buy little food from. She used to be the one that make little food on the weekend, and y'all go by her and you always get a little something. She made the thing with the crab legs. That lady, for some reason, she was from what you call it? She was from Louisiana originally. Her family was, and people bring culture, but what we unfortunately do is pass on culture too. And not all cultures that we pass on are growth. Some of them are those stagnant mindsets that everybody gets real comfortable by, just everybody does it. So what? My kids got mad at me when they were teenagers because I wouldn't let them hang around the block. Baby, I was born in this area. Everybody knew my name. You know where I went to school? All the way downtown. I went to school and there was at least 5 different cultures that went to class with me. My family didn't play that. We was going to see pieces of the world, interact. We've got to be that in life. Financially, we've got to see how others live. I didn't know how Jewish people live financially until I was in their community. And I was like, this is foreign. Go to Chinatown, anywhere. Y'all, Chinatown, anywhere. Think about it. Ain't that crazy? You don't even have to pick a city. Chinatown, anywhere, runs the same way. They're unified. They build together. They live together, financially structure, build everything. And they're focused up and contained. That's the other thing. Very contained. Very hard to get a job in Chinatown if you ain't from the community. You know what I mean. So
absolutely.
What do we do in our communities? And I'm not talking about separating communities. What are we supposed to do as a community to build one another? Reach out.
Each one teach one.
Yep. That system works, but it only works for those who are looking. So I try to remind people, P2G has been changed a lot. We ain't looking for everybody. We're looking for those who are serious about moving forward in this new future, because we ain't got time for nobody to be waiting on some ideal. It's not going to happen, and it wastes time that we do not have. No one has. So guys, we have to move forward, because I want to share something. This kind of brings us into what happens when you teach people so that they can make a lot of money. What happens when finances started flowing? What else happens in that space? For every big positive financial boom, you get a what?
A crash.
There's a high and a low in that game.
Got it. What also shows up around the space? Theft.
Robbers.
So how many places have we gotten people, stories, anybody heard these stories of places that have gotten hit up, gotten robbed? Any exchanges? Any companies, main companies? I say this really hurts my feelings, because one of them was my company. Was one of the companies I do business with. It hurt my feelings to find out. So anybody heard about what happened with T-Mobile this last week? Yeah, I got a letter. I got a letter. Apparently, I got to change my passwords. It says, customer, we are just going to let you know that your account was amongst others that have maybe lost some data. Not necessarily financial, but to be on the safe side. Come on, y'all.
First of all, that sounds like
go decentralized.
Right. They only want to give you the full disclosure.
Oh no, they never do full disclosure.
Mm-mm.
You may have. It's possible. It was they and then they didn't use the word data breach. They said some of your information may have been accessed.
No, they said data breach. That was
Oh, did they?
They had to say data breach because it was posted that they had a data breach. So they were, and this is the thing, guys. This is from any of my tech guys, Silicon Valley, Harlem Valley, whatever. Any of y'all know about tech? Y'all know what they do when they rob your information. They do ransoming. So they basically took a whole bunch of their data, locked it under a digital key, and told them, guess what? Unless you pay us by this time, all this information is going to get deleted. You won't have any access to it at all. So all these accounts, and what that just told me on this side of understanding was that they paid to unlock our information.
Yes, they did.
Otherwise, we'd have a hard time getting into our accounts. Try to explain that to over 1 million customers.
But then you think about it, banks have been doing it for years. They have what's called a little slush fund for these incidents that occur. They literally have a slush fund.
Yes, they do. So this happens in banking. We've gone digital. This takes place in the banking situations too. Almost every year, most of the major banks have to pay some organization, and these are set aside funds, almost like an insurance against hacking, because they're getting hacked. And that's the kind of, most hackers aren't there to destroy. They're there to do just what? They will take hostage your information for money from the source that wants us to keep our money and information with them. They try real hard. You don't need to go to that decentralized crypto thing. Don't worry, it's unsafe. It's not safe. You could get robbed. That thing is so volatile, you're going to lose money. In the meantime, you have no clue how many times your information has been stolen since you started at the bank. Man, I'm aware, so I don't put everything I have in there. Everybody goes, FDIC. FDIC don't do crap. They do not pay that insurance.
No, not at all. And you got to remember, when banks tell you you're FDIC insured, 9 times out of 10 that only occurs when the banks become insolvent. And if the bank is insolvent, you still can't access your money for several weeks until they do have what's called a fiduciary inventory. So that's way above my knowledge, but it's major accounting. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all.
Just want y'all to know, whatever that means, look it up. Okay, just look it up.
It's some serious fiduciary accounting, and then by law, they're only required to return 10 cents on the dollar from an insolvent bank.
So are they still required to insure?
Oh yeah. You can't open a bank without being insured.
Yeah.
Every bank has several underwriters.
So wait, they got underwriters and insurance, but they ain't got no money in the bank. There's no requirement for holding any of your physical fiat in the bank for them to do business.
No longer.
So wait, what are we insuring? I'm sorry, y'all. I have a ball on Fridays. So look, we want to make sure people understand where we're leading to. It's not just talk. You can do something about this. First of all, in the blockchain, you have your keys, like they say, not your keys, not your crypto. So when you have your keys, it's all your crypto. The consequences and circumstances are all yours, and you can secure them. You can be trusted with your money. Does anybody ever tell you that? You can be trusted with your money. It is okay. You are a smart person, and you can make good decisions and learn new things that you can place in action for yourself to grow. Ain't that something? Well, if no one told you that, I just did, and keep remembering and repeat it to yourself until you get this through your head that you have all the power to change your circumstances, even if you only have a penny. Only have a penny. So with that, I want to make sure you kind of hear about the other, because we're kind of coming to something. And we have a comparison. Now, we had a crypto exchange that recently got hit for, let me just double check the numbers. It was another one for $97 million in crypto. Hackers stole $97 million from Japan Liquid Crypto Exchange. So, what does that say to everybody?
You shouldn't leave your money on anyone's exchange. You have a wallet.
What's an exchange?
The exchange is
the same. We can't hear you, baby. You're muted.
I'm muted?
No, sorry. Say that again. Yeah, what's an exchange? Most exchanges that you hear about. First of all, I said Japan.
And what we're referring to is actually a crypto exchange. It's where we exchange assets for assets in crypto. Yeah. And the same way you operate on the New York Stock Exchange, the cryptocurrency markets have leverages, margins, and derivatives and options. And this is all a place of financial exchange between individuals and corporations that change in crypto on large scales and small scales.
Okay, so what I'm going to ask, I'll be a little more clear. When you hear about that headline, what does it tell you about that particular exchange? What is a feature that exchange has that makes that possible?
It's a physical digital transference place. It's a place of transference. Because you
That-
feed out
it's
which is something
centralized.
that you physically touch,
Right.
and you turn it into something digital which you can't touch. But as you just said, it's a decentralized platform. But if you didn't know what the word decentralized is,
No,
it's
that's
just a
that
place
actually
to exchange.
centralized, honey. It's centralized, not decentralized. This could not
Liquid is one of the major centralized exchanges on the market.
right. Keep in
They
mind,
are.
if I use the word Japan, most likely, yeah,
Decentralized.
it's centralized.
Most
Decentralized.
decentralized things are like swaps, like Uniswaps, Pancake Swap, all those Just Swap. Those are their decentralized exchanges.
Yep.
Exactly.
Would
They do
Atomic
not.
Wallet be a decentralized exchange?
Yes, Atomic Wallet is decentralized.
Okay. Now the
What
reason I'm
about the Clever Wallet?
yes, it is.
Clever Wallet is also Clever Trust, MetaMask.
Uh, now the features that they hold are very different. One is, give me 1 second. That's child, gotta be picked up, y'all. One I want to just share with you guys. The difference between centralized and decentralized is your information.
Absolutely.
Everything's stored. Centralized means exactly that, stored in one place. I can't get hacked if my private wallet is on there. Ain't nobody got my keys but me, right? If all I'm using is your software to go back and forth to my private wallet to the other private wallet, how do they hack anything there's no anything in one place? There's nothing there. These are all private, unable to be seen. So on my T-Mobile account, all my data in one place. All they had to do was hack T-Mobile to get me into a million people. It hit a million people with one shot. Here we go again. Centralized. Now this is what the government is trying to get to. They're like, hey, we want to get in this game, but we all got to come to us and give us all your info, and everything's got to be on here. And look what's already happened. Come on now, y'all.
They would
We
not
got
get my coin.
This is what we talk about tracking. When you have information, when you have knowledge, you can track and you can actually see what road you want to take. But when you only got a visual for one road where someone is leading you and it says, yeah, come into crypto. And guess how they want you to get your so tell everybody, we're gonna give you money if you go. And he said it himself. He goes, I do not use what do you call it? Coinbase. But everybody think Coinbase is the way you on board. First account ever. I get my first. I got Coinbase. I got Doge. I'm like, baby, I'm so sorry, but you don't have Doge.
Coinbase just has longevity, and people are more familiar with that name. That's all that is.
Now let me also clarify too. Coinbase has a decentralized wallet too.
They have a decentralized wallet. How do you get to it?
That's part of the pro feature, right?
No, you can download from the App Store actually.
Awesome. And how does it when you download it? And I'm glad to hear this because it did not. Actually, let me clarify this. It started off decentralized because Coinbase, there was no centralized process at first. So when I would have gotten mine in the early days of Coinbase, way back, blah, 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 years ago, I will let you know now, and I haven't used it. I didn't remember putting any of my information in like that. I have an account. I used to have it on one of my old phones, and I still have the account. It came up in one of my old emails. And that was the only thing you had. You had an email. That was it. It didn't ask me for any address, none of that. Didn't have to give me KYC, nothing. And over time, things started to change as this Bitcoin thing took off, and Coinbase was the big one everybody was coming to. So, hate to tell you this, but government been knowing about this crypto thing a long time, lying, big smiling at you. We don't have to believe the hype, y'all. We got to take in all the information we can and communicate as a community and make sure we're not the only ones looking at this thing and getting a wide variety of information. Because guess what? You in a room with Touch D, the Gold Banker, Chocolate Gold Bay, Treasure Trove, JoJo Master Manifestations is not a license to be taken. This young lady right here is also, she is a well of information. But she's focused and she ain't got time, so don't mess with her. Make sure you come correct. She's gonna give you some stuff to look up. I'll let you know now. JoJo keep me on my feet. And Miss Kai
I'm
ain't
sorry, I'm
saying.
buying trees, y'all. I'm actually looking
I know
for
you buying trees. I'm about to get up in here and buy some trees with you.
And at the same time, looking at the trees to see where the trees are to tell me what the location I need to be in. I hear y'all talking about assets, but I trade trees. I trade seeds. I trade trees. I trade fruit. I harvest them.
Give me
I
that info.
them. I get investments.
You know she got to do this.
Focused on the trees.
I know.
Gold it was great, but if I can't breathe, I ain't got it.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. And that's something that we've got to keep in mind. So definitely our health, you know, a little focus, focus on health. I'm talking about the basic health, taking a breath in and out. There you go. Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Karen. We appreciate you. We've been trying to figure out if the volume was is a problem. But I want to make sure everybody knows we're about to get started in P2G. We're going to open the room. For those who are on this stream, we're about to we're not going to just be a talk show where we talk head. Right after this session, we have a class that actually opens the door to what is cryptocurrency, what is the blockchain, and how do I get some? Step by step. What do I do with it? You can ask questions. It's live. And you got people who are not just knowledgeable, who just be talking stuff. These are the people who walk stuff. You'll actually see. And I hate to say it, but several times we've had folks ask us, are you really trading that crypto right now? Did you really buy that? Well,
I thought, man, you made me panic. I thought you was meaning me because that's what I was doing, but I was just noticing that the trees went from 257 to 286, and I'm like,
thinking you got to we got to be in a conversation, Missy. We got to end this stream to get on these trees.
I thought you noticed that I was over here not working, you know.
It's what we do, boo. I ain't mad at you. I know how to be on here trading sometimes. Look, guys, let me explain something to you. We don't want you to be stressed out about your finances anymore. We want y'all to come and have some fun and see the numbers go the other way for a minute. Because since starting in crypto, I ain't had a job. I hate to be the one to say that, but I ain't got no job. Y'all remember that?
I ain't had a job since 2017.
Thank you. Master of manifestation. Crypto will change your life if you learn some new basic skills with math and technology. You already got it in your hand. If you pay hundreds or even to $1,000 for your phone and your phone is not making you any money, then you are wasting your time and you're dreaming with your mind. Because you can literally be using this bad boy every day. I check wallets. I don't check phone calls. People call me on the phone. They know you better be very direct and very clear. Because we're not sitting here yapping and just talking the breeze. We build it. So I invite people to come and build with us. This happens every week on Monday and Friday night at 9 p.m. Hop on. We have new trainers in the space. I want you guys to be welcome. Know that you're all welcome. It's men, women, children, teenagers. Because until we start learning as a community, guess what's going to happen to all of us at one time? We ain't gonna make it. So like they say, together we rise, divided we fall. Is that saying? I'm just inviting y'all to rise with it together because we are rising together. And only the ones who decide, oh, this ain't worth it, you fall on your own. Because I tell you, everybody here is saying, come on, come on. Everybody's saying, here, come on, come on. There's room in the boat. There's room in the boat. There's abundance. There's lots. Come on this side. Come on this side. And there's knowledge first. So come on this side. We're gonna tell you how to find out the truth. We're not gonna tell you how to think. We're gonna show you how to make up your own mind. Because I tell you right now, don't believe a word I say. Look at me like I'm a liar and go prove it. I tell you right now, prove my words, please. Want to prove? I tell people I challenge you every week to prove me wrong. Please, by all means, don't believe none of us. We could be lying to y'all. Go find out if crypto is real and if Bitcoin went up after it went down, it went up and people made thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because they knew how to solidify that growth. Y'all better get on P2G. We about to do that tonight. All right, y'all. We got to get out of here. Class is about to start. Anybody getting started? Let's get it going. Invite your friends and family, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Bitcoin ain't. I'm telling you, it ain't going nowhere. But that's the rate is going up and down, and you got to learn how to take advantage while you can. Because there's people making money on the way up, and there's people making money on the way down. You got to figure out which one you want to be. Ladies and gentlemen, give them some love. Everybody's got about 30 seconds. Let's go. This time.
Go ahead, lady.
Yes, I just want to say, jump on in, because the water is really very conducive to what you want to do for your future and your family's future. So join us.
JoJo.
I'm happy to be here. My name is JoJo, also known as the Master of Manifestation, on all of my social networks, which is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud is also there. So peace and love for all those who want to remain natural in their endeavors and financial freedom, financial growth. And I'm grateful to be here at the Pennies to Go events. I can't wait to see y'all at the Pennies to Go.
Right, all right. Miss Chocolate, go. Hey, girl. Go ahead.
Yes, peace to everybody. Thank y'all for showing up. I'm Chocolate Gold Bay, and you can find me at Chocolate Gold on Facebook, Instagram, Vines. There's so many different platforms. But you can also find me on my link tree at Chocolate Gold. You can find me on all my platforms. You can get a look at all the projects that I'm into and links to some other great projects that was within the P2G network.
Love it. Thank you so much. Touch and D.
How you doing, everybody? It's Hutch D, aka HD, coming to you live. So it's on the Railable. So make sure you go purchase that. But also you guys can tune in to me on Hutch and D on Facebook and the Bankers Club Facebook. And that's
All
it
right.
for me.
So banking in half.
Yes. This is Alvin Thomas, the Gold Banker, coming to you live 1 gram at a time. You know you can find me all over the P2G network, but on Facebook you can find me at the Gold Bankers group, and you can find me at the Gold Banker and Free Cryptocurrency. And I'll see you guys this weekend when we trade and we take on the Crypto Boomers Sunday at 7 o'clock, y'all. We'll see you there for the basic introduction.
Yeah, see you there.
Yes. And I am LVBT, also known as the Crypto Queen of Harlem, found on everything in this wonderful space of P2G. We are so looking forward to you joining us. Thank you for having us this evening. And don't forget to check out our reruns on this wonderful channel on P2G TV, P2G Networks TV on YouTube. Have fun with the information and don't forget, come get yours. It's here. We'll see you soon. Love you much. Peace and family.